Welcome back, Coach Miller Light Show. You know what I'm doing before the show? Saturday night. I'll tell you why. It's aromatherapy for me. I feel better in life when I have fresh breath, regardless if I'm talking to anyone in person. It's not about that. It's about how it makes me feel, and it makes me feel better. All right, we're continuing on today. What is this? Yes, that's right. You got it. Abraham Hicks, Money and the Law of Attraction, continuing right on where we left off. Where we left off was talking about the Book of Positive Aspects and how a daily utilization of the Book of Positive Aspects will help me to gradually shift my vibration to a more positive one. So I was coming on the show and I'm like, I haven't used my Book of Positive Aspects yet. And I did declare on the last show that by the time you saw me again, I was going to have written in my Book of Positive Aspects. And so I did. I halted the recording and I sat down and I wrote in my Book of Positive Aspects. And what I wrote in my Book of Positive Aspects were the positive aspects of this show. And the first positive aspect I wrote is, gets me to write in my Book of Positive Aspects. You know, whatever it takes. It helps me in my life to make myself accountable. And so the declaration of it on the last show caused me to get going on it. And I see how this is a tool that once I get started, I won't have to make myself do it. It'll just become habit and I'll like it. So I'll be reporting in on my findings with that. All right, so here's where we left off. Abraham says, wrote this down word for word. You know, it's like tuning my receiver, my mental receiver, tuning myself to this frequency. Because if I'm not tuning myself to this frequency, my mind is still going. My thoughts are still going. And the more I can fill my thoughts, my mind, my mental space, my moment with positive, good feeling thoughts, the better my life is and the happier I am and the more vitality and joy I bring to the moment. So here's what I wrote down today. The more that you focus your attention with the intent of finding increasingly better feeling thoughts, the more you will realize that there is a very big difference between thinking about what you desire and thinking about the absence of it. So what am I getting out of this is Abraham is helping me to understand how to become aware of the way I feel, become aware of what subject am I on, because there's a very big difference between thinking about the fulfillment of something I choose and thinking about the absence of it. And the big difference is they're opposite vibrational frequencies, even though it's the same subject, ultimately, they're different ends of the same subject, different vibrations. And this is a vibrational game. So if I can become in tune with the way that I feel, and they're saying the more you focus your intention with the intent of finding increasingly better feeling thoughts, the more I focus my intention trying to find better feeling thoughts, the more in tune I will become with my inner guidance system. The more I will be aware of when I'm on the minus end of that subject. And so that I can pivot myself or positive aspect myself over here to the positive side. Whenever you're feeling uncomfortable as you're speaking or thinking about improving something, such as a better financial condition or improved relationship or physical condition, you are in that moment preventing yourself from finding the improvement. Okay, so when I feel uncomfortable, you know that knot in our stomach sometimes it is, or it might be tears streaming down my face. There's different levels of uncomfortableness. Might be anger or frustration. Whenever I'm feeling uncomfortable, any of those varying degrees, as I'm thinking or speaking about a subject, even if I think I'm finding the solution, if I'm trying to find the solution, if I feel uncomfortable during it, that means I'm in that moment preventing myself from finding the improvement. From that place of uncomfortableness, I will not be able to find the improvement. Now that place of uncomfortableness serves a purpose. It's like a bouncing off spot. It's like a springboard. If I can realize, okay, this is what I do not choose, notice the uncomfortable feeling, and then pivot myself to what is it that I do choose, or find the positive aspects in the moment. What do I have to work with right here and now? What are my positive aspects? Then the negative serves as its purpose, which is to help me to know what it is that I do choose. We're not talking about eradicating it, just using it for its intended purpose. And that's not to sit around and linger in it, is what I'm getting out of this. So that Abraham goes on to tell us more about that. They say, the process of pivoting and the process of the Book of Positive Aspects are both offered to assist you in recognizing in the early subtle stages of your creation that you're pulling on that negative ball of twine. So you may right away realize it and reach for the positive thread or positive thought right away. So what am I getting here? The sooner I can do it, the sooner I recognize, the more in tune with my guidance I am, and then I'll become more in tune with my inner guidance system, the more that I'm actually intentionally trying to reach for better feeling thoughts. And the more that I do that, then the sooner I notice, okay, I'm on the negative end, I'm on that negative train, I'm on that negative ball of twine, and then I can quickly pivot to the plus, I can quickly find the positive aspects. They're saying it's much easier from a thought of something that makes you, it is much easier from a thought of something that makes you feel a little bit better, to even a little bit better feeling thought, to even a better feeling thought, than to go directly to a wonderful feeling thought. Understanding and getting in the game about the process of how it works, how law of attraction works. That's what I'm getting out of this. That it's easier to go from a little better feeling thought to 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 a little better feeling thought, work my way up, than it is to go from down here to a great feeling thought. Working my way back to you, babe. Because all thoughts or vibrations are affected or managed by law of attraction. Once again, it comes back to the understanding of this universal law, understanding of law of attraction and how it works. You know, it's helpful to remember that there are laws in the universe. We have physical laws, and then we have metaphysical laws, and we have law of attraction. It's no different than like the law of gravity. It's working whether we know about it or not. And this is why I choose to study it, know it, and work with it. So how can I work with it? Understanding that it's going to be easier to add, law of attraction adds power to whatever train of thought I'm on, to whatever thread of thought I'm on. So if I, instead of trying to go all at once, work my way back to you, babe. Take it step by step, thought by thought. And this is why we have these processes like, dun 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 dun, the Book of Positive Aspects. To go ahead and get a notebook and write boldly on the front, my book of positive aspects, or design it in Canva and print it out and tape it on the front. Whatever works for you. So get the Book of Positive Aspects and then daily utilize it. So I'm on day 1 today. I got the book before the last show, and today I used it, so I'm on day 1 of Positive Aspects, and I'll be reporting in on my findings of it. I like approaching it like a scientific study. It's very fun to me to look at it like, all right, let's find out what happens if I really sit down daily and force myself to write, right? Writing it, not talking about a memo in my MacBook or in my phone of positive aspects, a notebook, my book of positive aspects. That means I'm writing it with a pen or with a pencil or with a marker or calligraphy, whatever works for you. I like to use colorful pens. I'm on pink right now. Next I'm going to blue. All right, so let's review here before we head on our way. Understanding that law of attraction is responding to whatever train of thought that I am on. And so it's easier to keep a train of thought going than it is to get it going. Momentum will be on my side if I'm willing to get it going and then add to it. And the faster I can make the turn from, okay, alert, 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 not in my stomach, negative feeling, this means I'm feeling uncomfortable as I'm talking. Okay, so right now, I am not allowing myself to find the improvement if I'm going to stay in this vibrational place. That emotion is my alert of the vibration that I'm offering, that law of attraction is responding to. When I feel uncomfortable, all I'm going to bring is more that makes me feel uncomfortable. When I'm feeling positive, all I'm going to bring is more that makes me feel positive. Solutions. All right, till next time, people.